Got a little special treat for you. This is the FN 509 Tactical. Hey, how are you guys doing today? I'm Mike with Hunt, Fish, Shoot. Today, got a little special treat for you. This is the FN 509 Tactical. With this, I've got a Trijicon SRO mounted on it, and just went with the red dot on it because I thought I wanted to try it. It'd be my first one on a handgun in particular. This right here, though, this pistol, this was the FN's variation for the military handgun program. A little bit different than your Glock 19X, as well as the Sig 320. It was not selected, so they just decided to release it to the civilian market. With this gun, you get a lot of great features, whether it's the suppressor height night sights with Trijicon tritium in them. It's got a threaded barrel on it, and then the trigger on it is okay. It's got back straps. Just one extra one comes in the case with it. You're actually going to end up getting two 24-round magazines. These two here are a standard flush fit magazine with an FDE base pad. And then in addition to that, this gun has ambidextrous controls. Your slide release and mag release on both sides. You're going to see it on both sides of this. It's got a takedown lever, a lot like a Glock when it comes to takedown in a way, because you actually have to pull the trigger to make it take down completely. Without doing so, it will not come down. It's not like an M&P. It's a little different than that, especially the Sig 320. With the Sig 320, just like every other gun you've ever probably used with a takedown, just flip the takedown lever and slide the slide off. But this gun in general, it feels great in your hand. It's got a lot of great grip on this grip here, back straps. It's not a gun that I've picked up and thought immediately it needs a stipple, it needs Talon grips or anything like that. You get a good positive feel as soon as you put it in your hand. The grip angle itself is a lot like a Glock, probably more like the 17. It is a full-size handgun, has a 4.5-inch barrel on it. And overall, the overall look and finish of this gun looks awesome. It is probably one of the best looking guns out there. Glocks are Glocks. They're perfect, they're utilitarian. They make great guns, but they're not the best looking by any means. I am a Sig 320 owner, Glock. This is my first FN 509. I had a FNX back in the day. That was in 40 cal. But this gun, the fit and finish of this thing, every day you look at it and you touch it, it just has a great feel to it. And it also comes with an awesome case. It's an FDE case that matches the gun, as well as your standard stuff like your lock and things like that. So here in a bit, we'll probably get down to the nuts and bolts of this gun. We'll shoot it a little bit, but I also want to talk about the Trijicon SRO that we have on here. With the Trijicon SRO, they developed it not necessarily, let's say, for duty usage. When they did it, the SRO was developed for hobby, competition type shooting. With that, you get a much larger sight or objective window than you would get on an RMR. Overall, though, the SRO here, it looks fantastic. It has a lot of great features to it. It's built well. Comparing to the Sig Romeo, your Delta Point Pro, your Vortex, Holosuns, things like that, it still looks like it's built like a tank, like all your Trijicon optics do. 2.5 MOA dot on it. It's got a top loading battery on it, which is a little bit different compared to the RMR, which has it on the bottom and essentially encapsulates it then into the slide. And then in addition to that, it's got the ambient brightness settings. So I have it set right now on this Trijicon SRO that when I pull the gun up or I look through it, it will adjust based on the lighting conditions. I can make it lighter. I can dim it down if I need to. It does have night vision settings as well. So if you're going to run night vision gear, you can actually turn it down and use this with night vision gear. Granted, like I said, Trijicon themselves, they actually list this not for duty use. So it's not made for carrying as duty. Would I probably trust this? Probably, just because it's got the Trijicon name. It's synonymous with heavy duty. We'll see in a lot of environments. 3-year battery life is what you're going to get out of this, or what they say, and I think that's on a 3 to 4 brightness setting. But overall, this setup, this might be the coolest looking handgun in my safe to date. I've never seen anything like this in my safe. I've got 1911, like I said, 320, the light and stuff on it. FN, they recently had a promotional process with this where you could actually get a TLR 7A light with it. I have not gotten that in yet, otherwise it'd be mounted just to look awesome on it, and it would actually be a very functional pistol, in my opinion, for self-defense or in a home defense situation. We're going to give you guys some first shots videos with this. I'm going to evaluate the trigger on it. The trigger on this gun is probably, in my opinion, the biggest downfall. The trigger on this gun itself, I'll show you guys first before we do it, is that you're going to see is that on the trigger, I do have this gun. It's unloaded. There's nothing inside it. Mags aren't with me, actually. I got them in my back pocket, but I'm not going to load them. Don't worry about that. So with this gun, though, the trigger on it has an extreme amount of take-up, in my opinion, on some of the striker fire handguns that are out there. With that amount of take-up, I will show you the best I can here on the camera. With that take-up, is that you're going to have a lot. You're going to come all the way back. It's got a very solid wall, and it breaks. Not a whole lot of follow-through after that break. After that trigger breaks, I'm going to show you the reset. It's got a long reset. There's your reset point right there, and then you got another break again. The overall take-up on the trigger, if you're going for your first pull with no break and reset, you're going to have a very gritty take-up. Like I said, again, the trigger on this gun is not its finest point. It's probably one of its downfalls, in my opinion. But it's not terrible. It's not a lot of weight to pull in general when you're actually pulling that trigger. So we'll figure out how it shoots when we actually do it. Obviously, with all guns, when you start shooting them, that trigger take-up and things like that is something that you have to monitor while you're shooting. So right now today, we're just loading up our mags. We're going to use 115 grain. This is your cheap old Winchester white box stuff. It's just fine. Really, in my opinion, if you have a striker fire gun that can't fire your Winchester white box stuff, I don't want any part of that gun. So if it can't shoot this, I don't want it. My 320 shoots it, Glock shoot it, the MPs will shoot it. I assume this FN 509s could do just fine. These 24 round mags, they're nice, they're cool, they hold a lot of bullets. If it's your first gun in the magazine, you're not concealing the pistol, let's say you're using it for duty usage, it'd probably be great to have this 24 round mag in there to start. Putting it in your magazine pouches, if that's something you're going to do, whether it be combat, duty usage, whatever it is, it's going to make it tough because they are considerably longer than your standard 17 round mag. You'll notice that. So in a way, they could be impractical if you're going to conceal carry that pistol, which you could. It's not entirely too big. So in that case, you just use your standard 17 rounder. But today we'll use all of them. I like these big mags. They make it nice for the reloads especially. So we'll see what happens as far as these goes and see how they shoot. I haven't experienced any malfunctions or anything like that. So far so good. We're about 50, 60 rounds in right now at this point. So we'll keep shooting, see what happens. We're gonna speed things up a little bit here as I get used to that trigger and that red dot on the gun. So far so good on the red dot. It's easy to pick up. Really just gotta maintain that proper shooting position grip, and maintaining it, and really at the end of the day, making it the same every time is the key to success whenever it comes to handgun shooting or shooting in general. So we'll keep shooting today and see what happens. I'll talk to you guys a little bit here about the shooting I just did. Most of it was double tap related. I do got to adjust the sight some. I noticed at this range there, I didn't really notice it, but up close here, you'll notice all my shots are to the left. I am aiming center mass here on the center focus. I will tell you guys, full disclaimer, literally the first time ever I've shot a red dot on handgun, which really at the end of the day just goes to show you that your fundamentals of shooting just come into effect there. Really, there's a lot I know about shooting with them. First time I've ever legitimately shot with one, and I do love it. I mean, I wish I could have it on every handgun I own at this point. You'll see, obviously, I mean, groups at that range, it's not very far, but also I'm not shooting entirely that slow, and I'm getting great groups. And like I said, it's all shooting left. I am going to adjust it to the right some. Obviously, I need it to shoot a little better, especially when you got a headshot like this or something like that. I need it to be more accurate, and that's not me, that's the gun shooting left. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the sight just needs adjusted some. I'm not shooting or using the iron sights at all whatsoever through my red dot, and I'm just shooting. But so far, first impressions, the gun, the setup I have on it currently, I'm in love. This thing it's without a doubt, it's a tack driver with shooting like that. So this is a 509 tactical. So with this gun, we're gonna do a little bit of tactical shooter, combat shooting.
Well, Tex, how'd it feel?
Oh, it feels good, without a doubt. A little bit I just got to get used to, I guess, to shoot that red dot is letting it rest. You'll notice in target some of that, but overall, the ability to shoot this gun fast is certainly there. The trigger on it is not as bad as I said it was before. It's still not the best, but I'm not as, I guess you could say, hateful towards it myself. I do like it, actually. It's not bad. The wall on it is probably the best part about it. It breaks nice and clean, and it's very consistent. The red dot on it, that Trijicon SRO, is flat out amazing. Like I said, I've looked through a lot of different ones. That sight picture on the SRO is hands down light years better than the RMR. Is it as durable? No. Is it fun to shoot? Hell yeah, it's fun to shoot. The FN 509 is an awesome pistol. The sights on it are good. I did a little bit of shooting with the sights instead of the red dot through it. You can do that with it, but why? I mean, with the Trijicon on it, there is absolutely no reason to be using those iron sights. It's got the threaded barrel if you want to throw a suppressor on it. The grip on it is awesome when you're shooting. You get a good tactile feel on it, and there's no slippage whatsoever. And I was shooting with gloves the whole day. A little chilly here in Ohio today, but the mags, the mag release, good size, slide release, good size. You're able to make mag changes. I don't have mag pouches with me today or a holster for the gun. This gun itself, with what I had on it, the SR and all that, I yet to get a custom holster for it. At this point, I just don't have one. I'll probably end up getting one because I do like the gun a lot. But overall impressions, awesome gun. No failures of feed, no malfunctions whatsoever. Like I said, shot crappy Winchester white box ammo, and the gun ran flawlessly. I would recommend it for self-defense, home defense, duty weapon, whatever it might be. The SRO, would I recommend it for duty? Probably not. I'd probably just throw an RMR on there because it is then built for duty usage or combat usage. Do I think this thing would run fine, the SRO, in a combat situation of duty? I do, just because Trijicon makes those kind of products. This gun, I'm impressed. I've never shot one before. Like I said, I've shot the M&Ps, 320s, and grip-wise on this, again, I can't say it enough. It feels awesome in your hand. It just gets such a good feel. So I would highly recommend this gun. If you get an opportunity to go to your local gun store, I'd pick one up and I would shoot it. It's not something you're going to see at a lot of them. Some don't carry FN products in general, but if you do see it, get it. And if you get it in the FN 509 Tactical and FTE because it looks flat out badass.